Their words may have inspired you. Their words may have enlightened you. Their words may have made you cry. There is no denying that their words have been heard by many. Maya Angelou, August Wilson, Tyler Perry, Lorraine Hansberry, authors, screenwriters, and playwrights who have made significant achievements in the literary arts.
So today we're looking at literary arts by Black Americans in America. I would like to welcome author Honey Thomas.
Hi, hello everybody in the literary world. I am author Honey Thomas, and I am so happy that I was chosen for this interview.
Thank you so much. Well, let's go ahead and get started, Ms. Thomas. Tell us who you are and a little bit about yourself.
Okay, well, first call me Honey.
All right, Honey.
And so I do have a little cheat sheet in front of me, but it's okay. So I am all things amazing. I am love and light, and I am the queen of my family. I'm a mother of 3. I have 5 grandsons. I'm an author. And something people actually do not know about me, I am a certified addiction and mental health counselor.
Wow. Very interesting.
Yeah, so just an all-around solid person.
Sounds like it. A mother of 3 grandkids, you work and you write. When do you have time for all of that? Sounds like that's what queens do, right?
Absolutely, yes. That's why I started off with all things amazing.
All things amazing. I like that. All things amazing. You can't miss a category there, right?
Absolutely.
Listen, what inspired you to become an author?
So as a child, I always read books, especially in high school. As you know, my classmates, we would pass books around, just reading, writing, and I loved that escape from whatever I was going through at that moment as a child, or especially as a teenager, to just escape inside a book. I can imagine myself in the story, or I can imagine myself thinking forward to, okay, this is going to happen next. Like I wrote the book, of course. So that's what made me want to become a writer early on. However, life didn't take me down that path. I became a teen mom, and life just took over from there. I think fast forward to maybe like 2018, I went to, and I think this ties in with some of the other things about when did I call myself a writer as well. But I went to a book fair on the south side of Chicago. And it was a huge book fair, and there was nothing but Black authors from all over the US. And I went as a customer in August of 2018. September of 2018, I said, you know what? I'm going to write the book. I'm going to write this book. And I started writing September of 2018. And my first book I self-published in March of 2019.
So does that answer my next question? When did you first call yourself a writer?
Yes. So I called myself a writer when I got so much good feedback from my first book. And just the support of people being surprised that I wrote a book, because, as, I'm just going to put it out there, as Black people and a Black woman, just thinking back to my childhood, I didn't think that this was attainable. I didn't think I could write a book and put it out there myself and then have a small following of people that's, when is the next one? When is the next one? And they're just as excited as I am to be a writer. My readers are just that excited for me. So that's when I knew, like, I got something here.
That sounds like it. That's amazing. So it's, you're a fairly new writer then.
Yes.
Which is good. Well, let me ask you this. What characters in your book are most similar to you or to people you know?
Well, I can't put my secret sauce out there, but I will say, I will say,
Mm-hmm.
I do draw a lot from my own personal life or things around me that I know.
Mm.
So I write fiction adult novels. I
Okay.
write fiction children's books, and I wrote a self-help book. And the self-help book is just me talking about what I'm talking about, dealing with life and how I feel like it's really me talking to me, but also me talking to the reader
Okay.
and hoping that I can just help them just in daily life of taking care of ourselves and how mhm,
I'm sorry. I was gonna say talking about the all things amazing, right?
all things amazing. Absolutely. Yes. Yes. But I cannot divulge if I was talking about X, Y, and Z
Mm-hmm.
in a book. So no, they're fiction.
Okay. So, with Black History Month, can you tell us what Black history really means to you?
So I think Black history, that too is all things amazing. It is our ancestors that have paved the way and gone before us, and they still look after us. I think it's the amazing things that we do in our communities, for our children, for our elderly. Uh, we are so talented as Black people. And we have some hidden talents that I don't even think we've tapped into yet.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that just Black history is just all things Black. All things Black is us.
Hmm. Do you do you feel that maybe race or gender, since you are a Black female, do you feel that that plays a part in a person's success, whether, the color of their skin or how they were born in the world? Do you think that plays a part in how one will succeed in life?
It's unfortunate that in some things I do believe that it plays a role in that. However, we as Black people have always been overcomers, so
Mm-hmm.
we do overcome those challenges. I think working in corporate America, we can't. It's out there in black and white that some other races, they do make more than us. Men make more than women,
Mm-hmm.
but I think that we are worth more than what we are given. We are better than the hand that we've been dealt and the hand that we are being dealt. And so I think that now we are stepping up more, and we're speaking up for ourselves, and we're taking those challenges to be entrepreneurs. Okay, if I can't get it in the corporate sector, then I'm gonna make my own. I'm gonna make and pave my own way. I'm not gonna just stand here and just take it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get out here and get it for myself.
And you kind of like proved that in 2018 when you went to that fair and you was like, hey, I never thought this could be done. As many books I read growing up, I never thought that this would be me. You actually did it. You went, you wrote the book, published it, got a strong following.
Yes.
So you are Black history.
Yes, thank you. Yes.
So Miss Black History, Miss All Things Amazing, where do you get your inspiration from? Like, who's your greatest, or what's your greatest inspiration?
I would say my greatest inspiration is people that are out here winning, people that are showing me that this too is obtainable for me. That it doesn't have to, stop where it stopped for my mother or where it stopped for my grandparents. I can go above and beyond that. I was born and raised west side of Chicago, but I'm still all things amazing in spite of what the story is about Chicago, about the west side. It breeded some good people, talented people, smart people, loving people. So I think that, we're moving forward. We're moving forward.
what do you feel Black America needs to move forward, like to better themselves? What's needed? Like what's missing? You know, you talked about some of the disparities with like employment. Do you think that, do you have an idea of what's needed, or what have you seen? What's, you know, what have you gotten that's helped you, you know?
Mhm. I would say we need unity within ourselves.
Hmm.
We need to supply our own resources because we are resourceful people. And if we all put our talents together, then that's a whole different Black America USA
Mm.
that we can come together and do. So many of us own our own businesses. It's just like you said with me, with being an author. So what I do is I go to some of the school. I've been to schools reading to children so they can see that, you know, the person that wrote this book looks just like you. My children's books are based off of my grandchildren. My daughter, she's 19 now, but I did write a version of her when she was a little girl. So those children, if they see that they can do this too, then that's something that they can put in their minds to say, hey, I think I want to be a writer. I want to be a published author. You know, I want to be an illustrator. So I think that, again, unity and just us putting our resources together to thrive.
I agree. We definitely need unity in anything. We got to be able to see, you know, the same things, and you know, we experience some of the same experience. So I would agree with you there. Let me ask you this. What's the one thing you want people to remember about you? You know, I know you mentioned you wrote self-help books, you've wrote children's books, you've wrote adult books. You mentioned that you work in your professional job world is working with drug and addiction.
Yes.
So that's a pretty broad span. So what's the one thing that you want people to remember about you, or one thing that you want to stand out when somebody is speaking about Honey Thomas?
I think that I don't give up.
Mm.
I might stumble, I might falter, but I don't give up. I do not give in. I have empathy for people, and I have a big heart, even though I got a tough shell, but on the inside, I do. I love hard, and I just want to see people in general just win. So I think that those would be the things that, and I love my grandchildren. Oh my God. They are so important to me. So I think that just being an all around good person that never gave up, I'm a thriver. And I think if people can remember that about me, then I think I did good in the world.
Mm. So do you have anything planned for Black History Month?
Oh, yes. Well, I have the Black Child Book Fair.
Okay.
It's actually this coming Friday and Saturday at Malcolm X College on the west side of Chicago. On the 17th or the 19th, I have the Black Voice Book Fair at Forest Park Public Library. So those would be the things that I would be tapping into for my contribution to Black history.
Okay. Speaking of tapping into, if some of the people that's watching this program, if they want to follow you, do you want to share your social media information, or how can we follow your journey? How can we learn more?
Oh, sure. So on Instagram and Facebook, I am author Honey Thomas, Honey Honey. And my website for to see what I'm doing and what I write and to purchase my books is Red Lotus Reads, READS.com.
Thank you
And
so
I'm on
much.
Amazon. Yes.
On behalf of CoWorks Black Employee Network, we would like to thank you for your time today. Also, we would like to thank you for your contribution to the arts. This concludes our program for today for BEN's Black Americans in the Arts. Stay tuned for more Black Americans in the Arts next week.